Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about this time? Well, we talked about before about Blizzard and NetEase parting ways. Well, it's gotten a little bit more crazy. So Blizzard and NetEase, they're out of China, they've been partners for 14 years. And basically NetEase distributes all the Blizzard games there in China. And pretty much they tried to renew their contract between Blizzard and NetEase, and it just didn't go well. And so basically all the games, all Blizzard games in China are going to cease to stop working basically by January 23rd. So coming up here pretty soon. Maybe by the time this is out, it'll be done and over with. Blizzard had come out and said that, that basically they couldn't come to an agreement. Blizzard blamed NetEase for all the problems after they refused to agree to a 6-month extension of the current terms. Well, now NetEase has come out swinging. So basically, in the Blizzard China offices outside, they have a giant World of Warcraft legendary 2-hand axe Gorehow outside the studio. So on a live stream, NetEase employees surrounded the statue and began smashing it to pieces. By the end, there was nothing left but rubble of the. NetEase wasn't done, though. They also published a strongly worded statement about what's been going on. Firstly, NetEase claims that the extension Blizzard offered was unequal and unfair, and that its subsequent public statements were outrageous, inappropriate, and not in line with business logic. And they've also, NetEase says they denied ever saw any IP rights for Blizzard. And it goes on to criticize the save transfer functionality that Blizzard China had released for the game. Also, users had also talked about problems with this save transfer software. It says NetEase, so Blizzard basically unilaterally developed this, and NetEase hadn't been able to test it, warns of security risks, and says Blizzard bears full responsibilities for any problems. So basically, definitely a lot of bad blood going on there, clearly with the destruction of the Blizzard statue. But, Blizzard didn't really think about, and I mean, who knows, right? Both are yelling at each other, but someone didn't think about the players in China, right? Those people that are playing these Blizzard games, World of Warcraft, Diablo, whatever it is, that once January 23rd comes around, they won't be able to play them anymore, right? Any of this stuff that was distributed by NetEase there in China from Blizzard. So that really sucks for the players, but it also, sucks for the corporations, I guess, in that term, that they couldn't come to an agreement. I don't really care about the corporations, but the players is the main thing, right? But there's bad blood on both sides, and I'm not sure who to believe, nor do I really care who to believe, but I would believe more. I don't know. I mean, Blizzard's been doing some shady crap lately, so it wouldn't surprise me that Blizzard was, talking crap about the whole agreement. But it doesn't surprise me either if NetEase isn't also trying to pull the wool over as well, right? To look good on their end, right? So it's hard to say, but, definitely for right now, could this contract come back? I don't know. It could have at some point. But after destroying the statue, I don't know. That might have put the nail in the coffin, but we'll go around and see what everybody thinks. Money talks. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you smash up a statue or not when it comes to the corporations. But let's go around and see what everybody thinks of this. I know Pat's a big World of Warcraft guy. So Pat, what do you think of the statue getting smashed?
It's unfortunate that it ended like that, but yeah, bad blood between corporations happens, and this is one of those times, right? And I'm with Nick. I don't know who's at fault there, whether it's NetEase or Blizzard. I don't know, but the people that pay for it, just like you said, are the players. I think at one point China had the most World of Warcraft players out there, and I don't know if that's still true to this day. I don't know the numbers or anything, but they still make up a good chunk of the number of revenue for Blizzard, and now they're losing out on that. And I don't, there's all kinds of back and forth of who's he said, she said between the two companies. I don't know if what Blizzard was offering NetEase was unfair, but NetEase is not a small company. They are smaller than Tencent, which is one of the other bigger gaming arms in China. But they're not small. So I don't asking for an extension under the terms of the contract and then getting outright rejected to try to work it out. I don't know. It sounds like dirty deeds, right? You're like, hey, just 6 more months, right? And then it'll be another 6 more months. How about another 6 more months? You know, we work this out. Next thing you know, a year or two's gone by under the same agreement that NetEase just doesn't want to abide by anymore for whatever reason. I don't know. Will Blizzard find another publishing arm in China? I don't know. I imagine they probably could, depending on what they're offering, right? But publicly tearing down the statue is kind of crappy, right? I guess Grom couldn't protect his axe from NetEase, so I mean, this has to hurt their bottom line, obviously, and obviously it hurts their stock. Anytime something like this comes out to where you're losing a chunk of revenue, which I don't know what percentage of their revenue Blizzard makes up, but they're losing it, and losing any chunk of your revenue has to hurt. And I think Blizzard was probably banking on that to try to keep NetEase on the table. But NetEase either planned to lose this amount of revenue, or they got plans to make it up in other avenues of the business. So obviously NetEase wasn't scared to lose the business because they pretty much told the Blizzard to hit the tracks. Take your Azeroth show, pony show somewhere else because we don't want it, and we'll see if they can. I hope that the tool that Blizzard developed to download their account saves works, because if they do get another publisher, then you could upload those saves to that publisher. But if that's a big if, right? We don't know any of this, and it could take 6 months to another year or two to get themselves reestablished in China. China's a pretty hard country to get established in for gaming industry. They have a really harsh gaming laws and stuff like that in place, and only just recently started approving new games for release in China. And I'm talking very recently. So Blizzard, if you were trying to do NetEase dirty, you got what you deserved. If NetEase was planning to play too hardball, then their revenue hit and stock price hit. They'll pay the price for it. But in the end, both companies are paying the price for it. Blizzard's losing the Chinese revenue right now, and NetEase is losing the revenue that they would have got from Blizzard in the market over there. So, but I hate to hear this. It really doesn't affect me. It affects gamers, which does kind of affect me. I don't like to see people not being able to play what they want. But it's WoW. I've not heard much out of them. I mean, they keep making new expansions all the time, but I've not played it in years, and I don't think I'm missing anything. So what do you think, Shane?
Yeah, it sucks for the gamers. Unfortunately, the gamers don't get a say. I don't know who is at fault. I don't know the absolute reasoning, and that sucks because I wish I could say, all right, well, person A is an a-hole and it's his fault, but I don't know the situation. But it does make me wonder, does this have anything to do with the Microsoft acquisition? Is it something that maybe they were trying to work out, in a contract or whatever? I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a bad time for it. Microsoft's trying to buy up Activision Blizzard, and and they lost. I'm not sure how big the market was for WoW over there, Blizzard games entirely, but because China is extremely strict on their games. I mean, you can only play between 1 and 115, and you got to have monster mission and all other sorts of weird crap. So, but it just seems like odd timing, bad timing. With all the Microsoft trying to buy them up, people throwing fits about it, lawsuits going around. and now they, basically they've been portion of what they're wanting to purchase has been pulled out of an entire country. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I bet there's a lot of fishy crap going on too. Uh, I do find it funny that normally a corporation would be more about saving face, and this just made them NetEase look really petty. Um, Normally a corporation would be like, didn't work out XYZ, but we're always willing to work with other people, blah, blah, blah. So is this what's going to happen anytime there's disagreements? They're going to, torch crap and break things down. I mean, that was a pretty cool statue. They could have gave it to me. I don't even like WoW. I mean, but I would have took it, put it in the front yard. Been really cool. Mailman would have loved it. But I just find the timing of it all just kind of odd, with everything going on. I just think now was not a good time for that to happen, because that's a big financial chunk being taken out of Blizzard. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Nothing about this seems cool. Nothing about it seems right.
I saw that there's an estimate that they still have 3 million active players in China, which equivalent if $14.99. I don't know what the subscription price over there is, but the equivalency over here is $14.99 a month, which is almost $45 million a year, or not a year. Excuse me, per month. 44 to almost $45 million per month loss of revenue.
That's a lot of dollars, and for what is it, 70 billion that they're trying to be purchased for?
But I also read another article that's only 3% of NetEase's revenue too. So
yeah, NetEase is freaking huge. That's true. But somebody was probably wanting more than the other one was willing to give, and vice versa. So it's all coming down to money, money, money. It's not about the gamers. It's not about it's not about people. It's about the profit. So.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to lose 3% of my income.
Hey, 3% of a donut hole is still a donut hole. But, I think we'll find out more as time goes by. I think with the acquisition and stuff, maybe Microsoft put NetEase up to it, trying to get them to lower that price a little bit. I don't know, but I think we'll find out.
Only got a few days.
As time goes.
January 23rd is basically when they shut down. So when you're watching this, they're probably already shut down.
Yep. No WoW for China. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, the statue was cool. Yeah. I'll take the statue too. Or if you have it in your front yard, I'll come visit.
There you go.
We'll take pictures next to it,
Yeah.
We can just swap it out, 3 days at my house, 2 days at yours, 2 days at Nick's, but I'm not delivering.
We get 2 men in a truck to do it. It'll be broken by the time it gets to my house. It just sucks primarily for the gamers. Who knows who's at fault here between Blizzard and NetEase? They're all corporations. The Activision Blizzard whole thing, could that have something to do with it? Maybe. I don't think so in this case, but it definitely could be. But I mean, one thing for Blizzard is you're not acquired yet. So, and that's still getting blocked everywhere you turn. Like, I think there is Google and NVIDIA were talking about, they were just talking. They weren't trying to block anything, but they were just talking about how it was not a good idea. And then there was the EU, I think, government or EU FTC or something like that, that was trying to do something with blocking it. So,
well, EU could suck a butt, because when they're quoting PlayStation, they lose all credibility, my opinion.
Yeah, it's the whole acquisition thing has been pretty crazy. I mean, the one thing I don't want to see from the Microsoft Blizzard Activision acquisition is, let's say it does fall through. one thing I don't want to see that's really going to piss me off if it falls through, and then we turn around and see Sony buy some big developer and it just goes through without an issue, like just the equal size to Activision Blizzard, right? And that would just piss me off in the fact of, like, you know, that's that playing that corporate, you know, crap where you just, whoever gives the biggest dollar bills, you know, if Microsoft goes off and pays these people, then they'll be like, oh yeah, never mind, sorry about that, you know. I mean, it's just stupid. But anyway, I don't really care if Microsoft gets Activision Blizzard or not. I mean, I can play Activision Blizzard games elsewhere. The only thing that would benefit me is it's going to come to Game Pass. Other than that, I don't really care. So, I mean, I would love it for that fact, but, you know, if it falls through, I'm not going to cry a river over it. But yeah, this whole NetEase Blizzard thing, like Pat was saying, they could find someone else. They could find like Tencent, partner with them, or partner with some of the smaller publishing arms in China. But you got to get all that, you know, the only problem is like the server farms and various things like that. Like, you know, getting all that stuff set up to transition to a new distributor over there in China will take time. So for those players, like, hopefully that software, you know, doesn't have the issues that they're saying, which apparently users are also saying there's issues with it. So hopefully people, before the 23rd, by the time you hear this, hopefully they were able to save their accounts off without issue. So that way, when it does come back, which I'm assuming it will at some point in some form or fashion, that they can then continue their accounts from there. And not all, you know, because when you play MMOs and stuff, that's years and years of your life that you're giving to a game and developing characters and various things like that. And just to have it taken away from you when it wasn't your decision, right? That's the main thing. Like, it's fine if you do that for years and you decide you're going to stop playing an MMO. That's your decision, right? The MMO's still going on, but you decided I'm done. But, or, you know, a MMO to shut down or something. But this is like, the MMO is still going on, right, for World of Warcraft. But it's two companies that couldn't come to agreement, and it's you, the gamer, who suffers for it. So that's just what sucks the most.
That definitely sucks. But, you know, that's life. Honestly, WoW is a phenomenon. I mean, it's lasted all these years. So, I mean, people have developed, you know, they found relationships and family and all that stuff on there. So, yeah, it really sucks. But hopefully they'll be able to get somebody else to put it out there and everything will transition fine, and cross your fingers and blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah, we'll see. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about with this?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think? Who's at fault? NetEase or Blizzard? Or do you not care? Give us your opinion. We don't really know. No one really knows who's at fault here. I'm sure at some point we will find out. Possibly at some point we might find out the details of the whole situation. But for now, we have the left hand blame and the right hand. So we don't know who's at fault. But let us know down in the comments below what you think of this whole thing between NetEase and Blizzard. Other than that, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. That we would really appreciate if you would subscribe if you can. It's totally free, but it's totally up to you. You know, you don't have to, but it would really help us out if you did. It helps us continue to do what we'd like to do here. You know, we like to have fun and just give our opinions on gaming and talk about gaming and, you know, talk about it with you guys. And check our community tab on our YouTube. I try to post stuff out there, polls and just various things that you can interact with and have fun out on the YouTube page. But make sure you like the video and hit the bell notification, stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.